Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Today, we're diving into some major political and legal stories that are shaking up the headlines. You won't want to miss what we have in store. So, let's get right into it. The nation finds itself at the precipice of a historic moment. The Trump administration, once a chaotic experiment in populism, has reached its definitive conclusion, not with a whimper, but with the overwhelming force of a Category 5 hurricane. If you are not glued to your screen right now, you are missing the most significant constitutional event in the 250-year history of this republic. No longer is this a matter of speculation, nor a rogue operation by subordinates. No longer are we talking about whistleblowers. As of 9:01 a.m. this morning, a federal district court judge has formally referred high crimes and misdemeanors to the House Judiciary Committee. These are not vague accusations. These are facts, undeniable and damning. The judge's referral demands the immediate, unconditional, and swift impeachment of Donald J. Trump. This is no ordinary moment in history. This is not a scandalous incident that can be brushed aside with spin, damage control, or legal loopholes. This is the moment the Trump experiment ends, not with a scandal of insufficient magnitude, but with a cataclysmic constitutional failure that reveals a criminal conspiracy that cannot be ignored. At the heart of this judicial referral lies a direct and irrevocable accusation. Donald Trump, the sitting president, ordered the destruction of evidence in the most heinous criminal case in American history. The evidence that was destroyed was not just any set of files. It was not a matter of political rivals slinging mud at one another. This was the deliberate destruction of evidence that tied the most powerful men in the world to the trafficking and exploitation of minors. The judge's findings are damning. The Department of Justice's litigation hold was overridden. The kill switch to erase the Epstein files was activated not on the orders of an underling or a bureaucrat, but under the direct command of the president himself. This was no isolated act of rogue behavior. No, this was an orchestrated cover-up, one that reached all the way to the Oval Office. The metadata attached to the digital command, the digital fingerprint that cannot be fabricated, traces the destruction order directly to a secure device in the executive office of the president. Donald Trump did not just turn a blind eye to the cover-up. He ordered it. He personally ensured the files were wiped clean, thus safeguarding the global elite, his donors, and his own political survival. The judge's referral includes a timeline that is absolutely devastating. The evidence is clear. The clean sweep command to destroy the Epstein files was transmitted just 11 minutes after the White House counsel was notified that the court was preparing to seize the physical servers. 11 minutes. This is not a coincidence. This is panic. This is the desperate reaction of a man who understands that if those servers leave the building, his presidency is over. What we are dealing with is nothing short of obstruction of justice at the highest level imaginable. The comparison to Richard Nixon's Watergate scandal is often used, but it is inadequate. Nixon's cover-up involved a botched break-in. Trump's actions go far beyond that. This is not about hiding the traces of a political misstep. This is about the destruction of evidence in a mass trafficking case, evidence that implicates the global power structure and goes to the very heart of the worst kind of criminality. This is the moment that calls for impeachment. This is the moment when the impeachment clause in the Constitution must be applied with the full force of the law. If this does not warrant impeachment, then the impeachment clause is a meaningless relic, a hollow promise. What makes this scandal even darker is the role that blackmail plays in it. The judge's findings confirm that the Epstein files were not simply deleted, they were exfiltrated. The judge states that access keys to the private server, which contained these files, were shared with non-governmental entities. Who are these entities? Could it be the Trump Organization, a super PAC, a foreign power? The implication is chilling. Donald Trump has taken control of the very blackmail ring that Epstein used to manipulate politicians and CEOs across the world. By controlling these files, Trump holds the power to control the very leaders who are supposed to hold him accountable. He holds the secrets of every compromised politician, CEO, and elite figure in the Western world. This makes him not just dangerous, but uniquely dangerous. It is not the nuclear codes that make him the most dangerous man on the planet. It is the blackmail files he now controls. With this power, he could topple governments, manipulate foreign relations, and create untold havoc within the global power structure. As the news of these findings spreads, the Republican Party finds itself in a precarious position. Members of Congress have seen the judge's report, and they know that there is no room left for spin. The president's direct involvement in the destruction of evidence cannot be ignored or brushed off as a bureaucratic mishap. There is no way to argue that this is a deep state conspiracy. The president himself gave the order to destroy the files. The truth is irrefutable. For the first time in years, Republicans are staring at the possibility of fracture. Some members, like Representative Thomas Massey, are known for their adherence to constitutional principles. They understand that if they defend Trump now, they are not just defending an administration, they are defending a criminal conspiracy that imperils the integrity of the nation. These are the Republicans who will stand on the side of truth and justice. They will face the choice of standing with the people or standing with a man who has proven himself willing to sell out everything they claim to stand for. The fallout from this scandal stretches beyond American borders. The global community watches in horror as the United States, once a beacon of democracy, descends into moral chaos. Our allies, who once looked to us as a model of justice and integrity, are now questioning our very commitment to the rule of law. Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, and other authoritarian figures are laughing at America's impotence. They are using this scandal as a propaganda tool, demonstrating to their people that democracy is nothing more than a facade. The United States is not the land of freedom and justice it claims to be. It is a playground for the rich and powerful, where the highest offices can be bought and sold. The judge's findings also reveal a financial trail that should make every American's blood run cold. Money, moving from offshore accounts linked to Epstein's associates, flows into dark money pools supporting Trump's legal defense. This is not a coincidence. This is a transaction. The files were erased, and in return, money changed hands. This is not just a criminal cover-up. This is a criminal enterprise on a scale that is almost unfathomable. The evidence is mounting, and it is impossible to ignore. The American presidency has been corrupted. The Oval Office has been turned into a transaction terminal for the criminal underworld. This is no longer just about impeachment. This is about the very survival of the republic. The only viable path forward is impeachment. Every day that Trump remains in power is a day he can continue to destroy evidence, retaliate against witnesses, and manipulate the global order. This cannot wait. The American people cannot afford to wait for another election. The damage he can do in the next 2 years is irreparable. Congress must act now. We cannot rely on Trump's loyalists in the cabinet. Many of them are complicit in the crimes. The People's House, the United States Congress, must act. This is the final battle for the soul of the nation. The future of our democracy hangs in the balance. This is the moment that defines our generation. We have witnessed the unraveling of an administration that threatened the very principles of justice, democracy, and equality upon which this nation was built. If we allow Donald Trump to escape accountability, we are saying that no one, not even the president, is subject to the rule of law. We are saying that power can be abused without consequence. The choice is clear. We must stand on the side of truth. We must demand justice for the victims. We must impeach Donald Trump and hold him accountable for his actions. If we fail to act, we risk the destruction of the very foundation of our republic. The time to act is now. The future of America depends on it.